AI is here and the world is not against you. It might be hard to realize that with everything going on. You're applying to thousands of jobs and you're not hearing back. You're trying to pivot careers, but turns out all these other fields are also having a tough time in this market. But you have to maintain a locus of control that's internal and not external. So what does that mean? External locus of control is you thinking you don't have any power within your situation. The world decides for you. You don't have any access or any resources to do what you want to do. Of course, there are rich people, right? If you're not rich, that is the situation that you're in. But there are things that you can do in your control. And that's why you should maintain an internal locus of control. What does that mean? That means you have the power in your situation to do something about it. You can try to fix things. So this can mean things like trying to get a new job, trying to up-level your education, maybe switching fields to maybe something you haven't considered before, like the healthcare. There are a lot of different jobs that are actually exploding in that field right now, like respiratory therapy, where you need to be hands-on, and it's not prone to AI being replaced because you need an actual human being there for that job. Maybe you think the algorithm is against you, but have you tried everything that you can possibly try to get an extra 10 views? There are different methods to maybe fixing the type of content that you have, the title that you're using, the tags, the wording, the exact tone of your video, and the hook. If you haven't tried everything and you're not at the end of your life, that means there's still a lot of room for you to try more and to grow. People with an external locus of control are very miserable in life. You can see that with a lot of people who are much older, maybe in their 50s and 60s, and as they explain their life, they're always in like this victim mindset of, oh, this happened to me and this happened to me and that's why I am where I am now, and that's why I'm miserable and I don't allow myself to be happy. Being happy in whatever situation is always up to you. It's nothing that anyone has control over. So with all of this in mind, especially with AI and tech, there are a lot of different opportunities that are growing. So instead of thinking of AI taking away jobs as like a very doomsday type of narrative, this is actually another time period where people are going to become millionaires, okay? We're going to have a new generation of wealth that's being created right now. So this is similar to like the Industrial Revolution. Before that time period, there was a lot that was done using your hands. After the revolution, the types of jobs were changed. So you saw a lot of people going into manufacturing jobs. This didn't previously exist. And we just kept evolving from there, kept building upon that. So with AI, the people who are creating solutions that can be scaled to millions and millions of customers will win in the next few years. So think of it as an opportunity to get ahead, okay? There's always some type of inflection where it's much easier to get rich, much easier to have wealth and success. And this is one of those time periods, if you know what you're doing. So I highly recommend you to stick around with me and my channel as we talk and discuss more about AI and all of the different tools and use cases that are coming out, along with different AI companies that you can potentially work at that I feel are very niche currently and not talked about as much as other companies like OpenAI. Life isn't fair, so we should try to do what we can to take the opportunities that we're presented with. We're not in an actual war right now. There are a lot of people who've been through a lot of different types of wars in their lifetime. The Korean War, World War II, other types of wars. This might be an AI war, but we have a means to continue our life and to try to learn and be part of this revolution, the AI revolution, let's say. So we should always be upskilling our career. I am actually not just overwhelmed by the lack of jobs, but by also the amount of opportunity presented because of AI tools. There's so many different businesses I can start right now just because I have all these tools that will help me as a small startup run my program more efficiently and faster because I don't have to hire a whole headcount anymore. This is going to create a lot of new opportunity. And we're seeing that now. We're moving away from the 9-to-5 life and becoming more on the entrepreneurial side. Maybe this is not what you imagined for your life. Maybe you just wanted a steady 9-to-5 and have that stability, but we have to go along with what we're presented. And that's what I'm trying to say. To have an internal locus of control means that you are able to take some type of power within your life to make decisions to help you move forward, instead of always focusing on what's happening to you, because things are always happening to us. So what do we do next? Also, another thing is, of course, no one is coming to save you. We can see that already with all the major layoffs that are going on. These are smart, intellectual people who were told that they would be given an opportunity if they went to college and studied this specific field. Well, now that these highly educated people are trying to tell the higher-ups that this is incorrect, you shouldn't be laying me off, when the stocks are doing just as well, there is no response. And so, what does that mean? You can't rely on being saved by the system. So try to create your own. I also never imagined myself trying to have this pressure of creating something for myself, because I was told that once you get a stable career, stable job, then you will be okay. You'll be okay until you retire, and then you can pass on what you have to your future kids. Now, that's not really the case. And the higher-ups are not telling us any other solutions. We don't have a pension anymore. We barely even have a 401k with a proper matching. So we have to figure this out by ourselves, which is okay, because now that we live in the age of technology, we have a lot of different resources available to us at any moment. And we have so many ideas, so many different paths we can take now, and we can do it within the comfort of our home. So I really think if we keep going and try to do this on our own terms, we'll get somewhere. And one other thing to remember is that the next opportunity is going to be with another human. You're going to interview with another human. So what does that mean? You have to develop your personal skills along with any technical knowledge you're bringing to any new job, interview, or other career prospects like a startup. So if you want to, follow me so you can continue along this journey together to see where we end up in the future. Thank you.